Okay, so as we rightly say, it's learn to lead. And in honor, the unique feature of business for the matter, we've been suggesting you a business book to go through. How many of you are reading through that, listening to that, and making a point, making a mark of it that you are reading that book? How many of you can you all raise your hand? I always see only Mr. Sarwar raising their hand. Okay, thank you. Haribam is also raising their hand. He's doubtful, but yeah, he's raising their hand. How many more? Yeah, the main idea behind why we are asking you to read a book, we strongly believe that by just reading that right business book will help you improve your earnings in your business. I'm sure we are all in business for a reason. You want to grow a business, am I right? For the same reason. Next slide, please. So today I'll be talking about the book which we referred last month, which is nothing but Rework. And that's the book. And what is the specialty of this book? Let me start with the authors. Authors are Mr. Jason and David. What's so special, what's so unique about them if you ask me? They are even the co-founder and founder of an organization called as Basecamp. What is that? It's an organization who developed a programming language called as Ruby on Rails. It is so famous that nowadays, currently there are a lot of apps and kind of websites or even the sites are running on this programming language, something like Twitter, GitHub, or even the recent most Shopify. They all run on this programming language, and this book is written based on the principles they followed in Basecamp to become a multi-million company. So how many of you are interested and curious to know the 3 principles, the golden principles to make your organization grow to the next level? Okay, only 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Rest are not interested. Then I'm okay. Now I see everyone. That's wonderful. Let me share the 3 wonderful principles. Next slide, please. Okay, so as you understood why we are doing what we are doing, the major thing, as the picture also says, there is a problem. As a business owner, you and me, each and everyone, on a day-to-day basis, we face some challenges. Let's not even call it as a problem. I would call it as a challenge. Challenge is something you need to face. You need to go get through it, right? So we always think that this is a problem or this is a challenge only I am facing. If you really listen to the members, really understand the industry, it could be a common problem, a common challenge. Each one of in your industry might be facing the same issue. So when you are finding a solution for your problem, you never know you will be helping the n number of people who are facing the same issue. Right? Are you getting my point? Yeah. So that's the first thing. Solve your problem. Why solve your problem? The major question you need to have in your mind is, am I in need of this solution or will I be using this in future? This is the first point you need to keep in your mind. The only question, I repeat, am I in need of the solution or in future will I be making use of this? Right? If you keep this in mind and work towards it, you will be able to solve your problem in no time for that matter. Let me give you an example for the matter. Just imagine this Gillette razor. There was a guy called Keith Cam. He was facing a problem to get his beard done or something. He has to go and stand in a long queue on a day-to-day basis, which was making him really feel bad and kind of even irritated. So he wanted to have a day-to-day solution which you can share yourself and get a solution just like that. That's how Gillette was born. Even if you ask for that matter, there was this guy, Mr. Bill, who was an athlete coach, and he wanted his athletes to have something light and good quality shoes. Those days it was not available. That is how he went ahead and manufactured the things, and that's how the Nike was also born, if you ask me. Okay, simple things what you do, you never know you'll be giving a solution for any number of people and creating a huge brand like Nike or Gillette. And the list goes on in your side. A number of examples how. Yeah, thank you so much. So this might go on, the number of things, how a small problem for an individual who was facing, and he wanted to make a change, create a change. So he wanted to solve the problem not just for himself, but the n number of people who are looking up to him. That's the first way to think. That is, these are the principles where the Basecamp was running through. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, one more. Yeah, one more. That's with less. And there is a mindset that being a business owner, I need to have everything in place. We all have this mindset. Before let me getting started, I should be doing this, I should be having this, I should be doing this. Even the simple, if you have to create a YouTube, how many things we think? We need to have a professional camera, we need to have a professional lighting, we need what to do, editing. So we think in too many ways as a business owner because we want to come across as a professional. That's well and good, but at the same time, there are a lot of things you need to make a note. Nice to have, should have, must have. You need less than what you think. So these are the 4 categories you can divide. Whenever you feel like, oh, before starting a business or before starting an initiative, I need all these things. Okay, try to categorize yourself into these 4 things. Is it a must have? Or is that I feel it's the need? Or is that I feel it should have? So how do you categorize? When these people started their organization, they didn't have a proper office. They had a shared office space. And whatever the budget they planned, they were working under the budget, if you ask me. And also when you have a storage space also they shared. They didn't have any fancy terms like MBA students handling for you, or you have a business plan, what you talk about. Everything should be in place before I get started. This is the mindset of most of us. So we need to break through that. There is no key or there is no saying that usually most of the things are not even must have. They just, you think that it is a must to get even started. So this is a beautiful golden second point what I'm talking about. You need not have everything to get started. You need to have that mindset to get started first and foremost, and then everything will fall in place. Next slide. And the last but not the least, it's a very, I would say, quite a crazy approach. It may not work with everyone's business, but you can always think ahead. So you might ask, okay, now I have created a solution with the minimum resources. What should I do to stand out in the market? Because we know that nowadays in the market there is a huge competition and we don't know where to stand. Right? So how do we approach this solution? Any guesses on this? This is one of the, I would say, a very important point. Any guesses how you stand out in the market? Once you have formed the solution for the problem, with the limited resources, even that is done. Everything is in place. Now how do you stand out in the market?
By your USP.
Okay, beautiful point. By your USP, unique selling point. Anyone else? You can tell me there is nothing right or wrong, whatever comes to your mind. How can you make yourself stand out in the crowd? Other than USP?
The knowledge.
Okay. Wonderful. That's also important. How thorough are you at your subject? So you are able to answer everything, right? So I give you today a crazy approach. How many of you are interested and curious to know what could be that crazy approach for them?
Customer relationship.
Okay. Nice moment. Thank you. Today I will give you a very crazy approach. Next slide, please. Quick and fun. It might sound crazy, I know, but trust me, it can work, do the miracles what you are looking forward for. As the picture clearly says that, Dunkin' Donuts versus Starbucks. There is even a .com called as Dunkin' beat the Starbucks.com. And yes, when you take a stand, when you know your product is the best, when you know you are doing amazing service, there will be always people will take sides when you take a stand. So your staff will need to take a stand about it. If you ask me, and is that mean that you don't have to, create everything original? No, not really. But again, we've been told never copy anything. This applies only to your school and college. Let me tell you, as a businessman or a businesswoman for that matter, it's okay to copy, but get the unique style to it, get the unique flavor to it. So if you don't have to work again what is already existing, if you ask me, in the business works on the same term, we are using the same technology, the same methodology which was there already, but there were some challenges which we found, and now we are bringing out a new flavor to it, so to make the best of the forum for that matter, right? So it's all about what you do, not about what you think, what you plan, or it's all about what you are able to do it. So this is a wonderful approach. If it suits your profession, only try it. It's a crazy and a bit risky thing. Pick a five. So these are the 3 golden rules what I was talking about. Next slide. So the top 3 learnings from the workbook rework. Anyone tell me what is that first thing? Solve the problem. How to solve the problem? by just making sure there's something genuinely you want to solve a problem, you can impact, you can make it different by helping others to let them know that you have a solution for this particular challenge. Second thing, with less. There is nothing like you need to have everything in place before diving in. You have this mindset, you need to break that mindset and get started with whatever the minimum things you have in place. And the last but not the least, pick your fight. Actually, in case if I want to put that question in the right way, pick your fight could be something like you know what you are, you know how good and